Fidget cubes?
Welcome back, everyone. We had a bit of technical difficulties as the camera had died while mid-recording. Trust me, you didn't miss much. We actually had Korgath, the barbarian, charge in and literally split one of the zombie dwarfs in half. It's very dead. And the last two, as we remembered last episode, Veli cast Entangled, and they're against the wall, disarmed, and very dead. So we're going to go ahead and just end that combat there.
Do we get an experience for that?
You totally get experience for that.
Yay!
So they'll be getting experience. We'll see everyone next time. The Wyatt NPC is going to be in the next episode, so make sure to tune in for that one. Welcome back, everyone, to episode, oh geez, what are we at, 5?
Yes.
Is this episode 5 already? Goddamn.
I thought this was like 3 or 4.
Welcome to episode 5. Last time we left our orphans, they just entered an underground abandoned fortress that's filled with zombie dwarves. The artificer Mordecai found a very interesting medallion that has a snake on one side, snake's head on one side and fang on the other that ooze green liquid that Azar tried to take for himself and failed. Pretty bad. Afterwards, they traveled down the hallway. They used their keen instincts and divine senses to figure out that to the right there was another 4 zombie dwarves. While being in there, they got beaten up so badly. They are all very dead. They are all now feeding the entangled growth as leaves apart. For loot, for those who did want to inspect them, you did find more of the coins. It seems to be a recurring theme.
So that's 4 more points.
Yes.
That will definitely vary.
I'm keeping them in separate leather bags for the moment. I don't want to know what happens if more than one of these things gets close to one another.
Can I roll to sneak one out before anyone else sees it?
Perception check!
Or wait.
Yeah, go slide ahead if you want.
Market.
Yeah, how many do you want?
How many do you want?
I mean, what are you having?
I'm just going for one, just trying to grab one.
You have one.
21 perception.
You have one, and I
The
say
bard
that.
sees it.
You have one, and I say that because I have one.
Oh.
And that one.
This die is
This
not.
wall's so interesting, guys. Look at it. There's so much dirt.
No, you're still buckling over throwing up.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, there you go.
18.
Yeah, this die is not.
Let's see if
happy
I
with
see it. I do not see it.
I see nothing.
Yeah, I'm going to see him try to sneak one out, and I'm grabbing his arm, saying, "Yeah, no."
I have a 19 on the perception.
So you guys.
We both
So-
see.
Yeah,
so-
I don't act upon it. I'm just gonna.
I'm too busy like
So,
rubbing his back, like,
so
oh,
both
it's
of
okay.
you see Azar reach down. You do manage very briefly to pick up the coin. When you pick up the coin, I need you to make a con save.
Oh.
3.
That would be an 8 total.
After you pick up the coin, you feel like you haven't eaten in a week. Like you just feel ravenous hunger suddenly take over you.
Who has the rations?
Have your own.
Can I borrow all of your guys'?
No.
Okay, so that's 2 people who saw him.
I'm going to make everyone well aware of what just happened.
Okay. So
With a 21, you also notice very briefly, you notice the same glow in the zombie dwarf's eyes appeared in his eyes when he touched the coin.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so I'm going to need a dex check from you.
Well,
Oh, okay.
this will be good.
not too much PvP.
Yeah, let's not go with that die. It has not been my friend.
Watch this one not be your friend either.
It's not.
It's not.
Agree. It is
That would
not his
be-
friend.
That would be a 5.
Oh my.
You fall over prone.
From what?
and take 3 damage.
Wait, are you allowing PvP? I thought PvP was not allowed.
I'm gonna say no damage, but you do knock him prone, so he is now on his ass, and he drops the coin in the process.
What did you do to him?
Earth Tremor.
Oh, okay.
Flop.
Flop.
Alright, I do the flop.
When you cast Earth Tremor, you also briefly remember that you're in an underground area too. You feel the rocks start shaking.
But you said it was a very solid place.
Oh, yes, I did.
Yeah, but maybe
See, this is why we have the players remember this stuff, because then I wouldn't just like
You
rock
said you were
fall.
gonna get me a notebook to write notes for you.
I did. I'm doing that next episode.
I made sure she went
Sure,
over
that's
that
what you
little
said
bit.
last
You
time.
mean the following episode?
Do I go back to feeling normal?
No, you still feel pretty hungry.
I'm
But
gonna
is it
attempt to
like a
grapple
ravenous
them.
hunter? Or?
It's not ravenous hunger anymore. It's just like it. You don't. Yeah.
It's not ravenous. He can control himself.
He can control himself. Yes.
But it's that glow in his eyes.
It is the glow's gone as soon as he dropped a coin.
So he's just hungry now.
Yeah, he's just hungry. You feel like you haven't
Need some
eaten.
nom noms.
After I see the coin hit the ground, I'm going to mage hand it.
Okay, you mage hand it. Do you grab onto it?
No, I do not make any physical contact.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
hell
going
no.
to cue him to open up a bag, and I'm going to drop that in without any physical contact.
I'm just gonna get up and cuff him on the back of the head. Try that again. I dare you. And walk away.
All right. While you're
hatred.
walking away, make an insight check.
Let's try the big one.
Loud.
Big one likes you.
Yeah. I'm not gonna roll that one again. What is it?
19. The big one liked you.
The big one likes you.
So inside 21.
21 insight. While the brief encounter of your bare hand against the coin, you do have a resemblance of the snake symbol head on your palm now that seems to be burnt in. It doesn't cause you any pain, but while you had contact with it, you saw what seemed to be this very large black serpent that seemed to be in its own realm, and you saw that it was ravenously eating souls of the fallen.
Alright. I'm gonna keep this to myself. Just
Okay.
kind of rub the scar.
You have issues.
As he walks towards me. You
We're
dumbass.
orphans. We all do.
You
Yes.
How
Wait,
many
do you have
times?
issues? That would be a
How
concern.
many times have he warned you not to go for that stupid fucking coin?
As
And
a
yet, what does your bitch ass do? You go for the fucking coin.
as
You might
a
have that one disorder. What's it called? The one where they do it just. It might be a narcissist.
It's okay, Zadar.
as a I say trying.
Might
I'm still
be
trying to
alright.
clear the vomit out of my throat.
Yeah.
As a what happened?
He tried to take another one of those coins.
And
I figured that, given how another one just kind of flopped into a bag by a mage hand. What happened?
I felt hungry.
I grabbed my notebook and wrote that down.
Okay.
His eyes also glowed with.
He turned
Look
into
it
a
up, he
stoner
started
for a
to-
brief moment.
That must have been really bad weed.
That it was laced with something.
God of the dank memes. Alright.
His eyes also had a green glow to them. Whatever affected him just now,
So what you mean is
I
that
wouldn't doubt that's still somewhere inside
so
him.
what you mean is that that coin made him very lit.
Wow.
No.
Bad.
Alright.
Moving on.
Bad Zadar.
I'm gonna
As the dog keeps making this reference, you remember back that the witch has taught you about different kind of cannabis herbs that are sold in the undermarkets of the city. He must be referencing those, as you obviously would think that possibly with his criminal background, he probably had some dealing with this at some point.
We get to know about actual weed.
Last time I checked,
Yes.
I used some of the boards in my library to hide some of those.
It's good, fam.
Whilst everyone is talking, who's out currently in the hallway?
I am.
Roll a perception check.
I'm assuming if I'm snarking you guys, I'm inside too. Oh wait, like in the hall, in the
Yeah.
room where those 4 dwarf
No.
zombies were? Or?
No, out in the hallway.
14?
She and I would be out there because I never went
Yeah.
into the room.
Yeah. That's why I asked who
Yeah,
was
no, I'm
out.
saying
in
like the hallway outside of that room.
Yes.
Okay, then yeah, I'm outside.
I rolled a 14.
Because
Alright.
there's a giant Goliath blocking the doorway.
Want
Yeah.
us all to roll perception on that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll that again.
Yeah,
There. Since it didn't land on the
I'm
card.
gonna use my passive 16.
Gotta claim it before you roll it.
12.
Alright, whatever.
What'd you roll?
It was an 8, so that'd be 14.
14,
Woo,
16, 8. Yeah, I'm okay with this. Alright. As everyone else is talking into the room that you can't quite get into because of the massive Goliath who's slowly stopping his roid rage. As his muscles calm down just a little bit. You look down the hallway. You notice that there seems to be a figure down the hallway that seems to be about as tall as a dwarf, but it looks possibly alive as you don't see any green glow.
Well, you're the one that knows Dwarvish.
He's still in the room with
I
them.
don't
Yeah,
think
you
any of
want-
us
you
know
wanna call me
Dwarvish.
Oh, I know Dwarvish.
You don't know. Woman!
I forgot. I can't read my own handwriting.
I suffer from that as well.
Would
Speak
you like
Dwarvish,
to
but
call
I
out to the dwarf as the only one out here that speaks it?
Obviously, you know, holler out. Well, not holler, but
Holla, my boy!
I'm assuming the rest of us would hear this and come in to the room.
I mean,
have to
Yeah,
grab
once
the
the Goliath
Goliath
gets out of the way.
once,
And the Goliath ain't moving.
once he calms down, because, you know,
his
roid
rage.
rage.
What do you want to say to him?
Great, I got a word.
Hey man, you want me to help you mellow out?
I got a bag of herbs, man.
The last thing the Goliath needs is drugs.
Alright, I'm gonna greet him in
Well,
Dwarvish,
having
as
one-
well as ask him what brings him here.
He responds back to you, and he kind of like a wispy kind of voice says, he's, food, I'm searching for food.
Define food.
Bread, cheese, meat, goat, sheep, cow, food.
Okay, well, we've had some encounters with the unfriendly sort.
The chosen one.
Anyway, if you want to come down for some food,
Anyway.
and while you're coming down, explain these chosen ones.
He looks down, he looks behind him, and you see him kind of like kind of just run up the hallway as you see as he runs out.
Like
You
running
see-
towards us or away?
Towards you.
Okay.
He runs towards you as you see behind him there seems to be something large that goes through one of the side hallways.
Oh, great.
I'm assuming the whole conversation was in Dwarvish, yeah?
Yeah.
So Belly's just kind of be like, just kind of like gonna go right behind her, like, what?
It's okay, it's
You
okay.
see this dwarf.
That's your food.
He has blacksmith clothes on, and he has a hard leather glove on. You see that he carries around a blacksmith's hammer. His scale is very pale from being underground. He's got this dark brown beard, and he looks around. He's like, outsiders, you opened up the escape route then?
Yeah, someone thought it was a good idea.
Looks around. Whoever had that idea, I have something for you.
Is it smack upside the head?
No.
Well, they're currently in a. Well, no, wait. Are you still? Is it still Dwarvish?
Yeah, still
Never
dwarf.
mind then.
Do you speak common?
He looks at you like you have three heads, and he turns his head.
Who
Sounds
wants to know
like
if you speak common?
clearly not.
He says yes in common and no in common and bathroom in common, and that's it.
We'll go with limited vocabulary.
Are we going to finally push our way past the Goliath and get in the room?
Yes, the roid rage has calmed down. You can totally let them pass.
Alright, so I'm going to ask him to elaborate on the chosen.
First, please.
Hand him a ration.
So he starts to eat the ration, and as he sits down, as he looks to be out of breath from what probably is a lot of running, he looks around and he says, "The chosen ones are chosen by the goddess of hunger. She took domain in this place some time ago. So, coins started to appear. At first, we thought they were gifts. They gave us great strength and stamina, but a hunger that we could not control. Fangs grew out of our mouths. They leaked out venomous poison. They started to devour each other. I hid in my blacksmith office, at least as far as I can remember, as my memory's quite sketchy. There seems to be some kind of magic in the place now."
Alright, next question. What was that followed you in and went a different way?
It's a beast, conjured by the goddess herself. It escaped an area that was a holding cell where it was discovered some time ago. Large, burly arms, green scales that ripple down its back. It seems to be not of this world.
I'm gonna let them know all this stuff. Playing translator.
While you're playing translator, he's totally
Would I, with all the time I spent with books and lore and everything, would I have any idea what this is?
Roll a investigation check at disadvantage.
I'm going to do the same because I keep on stealing all this books when we study. So.
We both did study under Katara.
Went from a 19 to a 2. So, 8.
I'm assuming it'd only be you two that would know.
14 plus... What was it, investigation?
Yeah.
19.
Nice.
Yay! He got me 19. He stole it too.
Stop stealing my things! You try and remember, and then you remember that the book that you thought that you might know some information in was stolen by Zadar some time ago. You remember reading this book as you look over with just a giant grin out of your face, like, I know!
I know something you don't know.
You seem to recall that his description is possibly some kind of undead creature. You know that there's chimeras that sometimes happen in a lesser form. There's also elementals that it could be. From what he's been telling you, you think it's some form of chimera.
Okay, guys, good news and bad news. Good news, it's fucking undead again. Bad news, it's more than likely a chimera.
Would the rest of us know what
That's my
chimera
dude.
is? Do we understand?
You would know what a chimera
They're good
is.
at bad
You would know. Fred would know. Everyone else is kind of like.
Big undead thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, come on now. I'm fairly studious. I would know.
Okay, yeah. I'll give you that one.
What would I roll to see if I can remember more details about a creature like that?
That'd be a nature check.
So I'm gonna stay in the room for a little while after
Nature
they
checks. Can I make it too?
and look for any additional items.
11.
And then, is there anything in there to find?
Just coins.
Oh, you look. They have like some like shoddy armaments that seem to have been abandoned. Although after like searching around where basically everyone else is talking, you do find that there's like a hidden like brick. And when you pull out the brick, there seems to be some kind of metallic key that's there, and it says "office." And it's a little tag on it in common.
I'll take the office key.
So you want to do your check first?
And then when I exit the room, I'm going to see him right next to Guppy, I'm assuming. He's like right in front of me.
Right in front of me, yeah.
And I'm going to draw my sword and charge.
I didn't know.
I'm gonna stick my arm out and just backhand him with just the solid arm as he's rushing past.
Clothesline.
Seeing him start running, I'm going to have you make another dex check.
So he's gonna fall flat on his face while I'm
Jesus.
hitting him in the face.
Trying to protect.
I'm trying to tell you
3.
no.
You fall prone again.
I swear if it's a 20.
I'm actually following this. What is it? A 13.
That would have passed too.
Shut up.
As you charge out of the room, you seem to have forgotten that there was a knockdown door at there some point, and your foot caught the railing, and you just kind of like slid across the floor to the wall. The dwarf looks over at you and holds back his chuckle as he looks back. Says, "He's not a very dexterous one, is he?"
So this
No
one,
comment.
this wasn't Fred? No. Okay.
Oh.
You're lucky.
Yes.
I got a 19 on the nature check.
You know that chimeras are natural creations normally formed by arcanic magic. You know the crafting a chimera is against the laws of the city, so who's ever into this is probably pretty deep into it if they're able to make a successful one.
I'll let the others know.
Alright, so you've been in the blacksmith this entire time.
I want to add something. Yes, I had a ration of cheese. I like cheese. I ate it for a few months and, well, then I ran out of food.
How long have you been without food?
Few days. I've been scavenging.
That's a lot of cheese.
That's a lot of cheese.
I like this man already. I don't know he's saying that, but whatever.
I'm translating as he.
I'm going to ask him if he can draw like a map or something, or a detailed map of the rest of the tomb.
You know Dwarvish, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I know every language.
You don't know every language. Excuse me.
I'm
You're a
missing.
terrible primordial student.
Yes.
He pauses a little bit. He pauses a little bit and looks over at you. He shakes his head and says, "I'll be honest with you. I'm horrible with directions. I'll probably get you lost worse than just wandering around here."
Of course.
Okay.
Big man.
I'm just gonna ask you, you know what's down in that other hall, the one that we didn't go down?
Why you spit on more?
Pauses and thinks a little bit. That would lead to one of the mine accesses.
Mine accesses, okay. What did you guys mine here?
We mined different kind of ore, coal, iron, occasionally gold when we found it. It's quite a profitable business as well as gemstones. Although recently we've had a little bit of problems down there, as that way's not really the best route to go. He pauses a little bit. This little creature, very small woman with wings and flowers in her hair. She kept casting illusions and would make us think that giant bunny rabbits and squirrels were chasing us. Eventually chased the rest of the miners out of the mine, but that was months ago.
Okay, that's about as long as you've been having this ravishing hunger issue going on?
He shakes his head. No. This has been going on for about a month now. A population of a city with 5,000 people, and I seem to be the only one left.
This little woman you're talking about, did she have like bat wings or butterfly wings?
The second one.
Right, so what would the Fae be doing in this tomb?
He shrugs as he has no idea what a fake
That'd be
is.
a question to ask, probably the druid.
Yeah,
You guys want to translate for me? I don't know what's going on.
Well, we've been translating every word he said.
Okay.
So you know, sometimes Faye just will pop over, just start playing tricks on people. They love playing tricks and they love playing games with people.
You might just be having fun down here. They're quite mischievous little creatures. They enjoy messing with people.
These
Could just be having fun.
These guys are dicks.
To translate that entire thing, including the this is dick. This is dick.
He nods. Yeah, just a bit, but she never hurts anyone. I think the Chosen were after her for some reason too.
Alright, so we're going towards the mine.
So he's going to rack his brain with an intelligence check. With a nat 20.
Woohoo!
Damn.
He knows whatever this thing is.
He remembers something. You look like you know the trees and outdoors and stuff like that. You sure certainly smell of it, but he reaches down and he pulls out a scroll. One of them dropped this as he hands it to you.
Translating the entire time.
What language is this scroll?
Elvish.
Please tell me I know that one. I do!
Thank you, Jesus, you know.
If not,
I know it too.
Again, I know everything.
Congratulations, you know the second most common language in the world.
Besides common, yeah.
Well, common is very common. Unless if you're in, unless if you speak, Rokugani.
What the what?
It's a feudal setting in 3.5 with like katanas and spirits and whatever.
Alright,
Anyway.
so what does it say? Since I
So
can read it.
so you read, and it's a diagram, and it shows how to make a portal to the Fey realm.
Ooh.
As you read through it, you realize that the components of this would possibly cost you about 150,000 gold at the low ball rate.
I could use that.
My goodness.
We all use that amount of GP.
You look through it and it's something about opening a realm so that the Chosens could invade.
Oh no.
And he paused a little bit. Then I haven't heard from her in months either.
We should probably go check on her. See if she's still down there.
Yeah.
If we get chased out by a giant squirrel, we'll know.
Yeah.
it's not a squirrel. It's basically a mixture of 3 or more creatures.
I think she meant the illusions the Fae cast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't mean to.
Veli, did you say that was a schematic for a portal?
Yeah, it looks like it's something that goes a portal that opens up to the Fae realms.
That would work beautifully for my given instructions.
I don't know, a portal to another realm, that seems important enough to bring straight to Caligant. I don't think we should mess with something that important.
I'll bring it to Caligant first, certainly, but in the event it could be useful for my mission, I would assume that the lore masters would find it quite interesting.
I don't know about you guys, but starting a war sounds like a huge profit on my end, so...
Wouldn't that work for our,
God, you chaotic evil.
Yeah, actually,
that would work for one of our Arcana knowledge things.
Yeah, that was.
we still need 2 more, but yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
1 down.
Could work for us.
Alright, well, why don't you guys make copies of it? I'm pretty sure at least 2 of you have pens and paper.
I don't know, having multiple copies of a schematic that brings you to another world, I think we should keep this locked and tight and then have only one of them.
If she said so correctly, then anything that could make this would need a fortune greater than the city itself.
Yeah,
This is
but,
not something that anyone small could come up with.
Yeah, but anyone who can use it are the people we have to worry about.
Oh, listen to what this.
I'm going to ask Dwarf
May I
if he
have
has
a
any
scroll, please?
other help to offer.
He pauses a little bit and he thinks,
Why not?
Because I want to hold on to it. It's gonna be useful for me.
could possibly grant you one favor if you need to get to the tunnels faster.
Wait, what about a favor? I'm sorry.
It's no.
He speaks up a little bit like, I could possibly grant you one favor. I could get you to the tunnel if you want to find the ferry a bit faster.
But this one's for me, not for him.
We should probably check out the ferry, like you said, yeah. Guys, group decision. Do we get a favor from this guy and find a quicker way? Or do we go through the long ass tunnel?
Anything that gets us out of here faster, the better.
Whatever brings me to the fight. I feel that a chimera would be a very nice trophy to return with.
We will return with the chimera, or at least parts of it.
I agree with that as well.
I agree on that as well. I completely forgot about
The
that.
longer we're in dwarven ruins, Mordecai, the greater chance you have of finding another schematic.
And the greater chance I have of saving all your asses. Anyway.
That runs counter, actually.
Oh, by the way, can you heal me? I have teeth marks from a goblin. Dwarf. Sorry.
Racist!
Short as his fuck little.
Alright. Play nice.
Ankle biter.
Oh no,
I'm tall.
Hobgoblins are as tall as
I'm
humans.
very tall.
You're thinking no, we're halfling. Anyway.
or normal goblin.
You're still a piece of shit.
Like, I'm pretty sure he's probably taller than me.
Looks up at him. You're still a piece of shit.
How tall are you?
6'2".
Oh yeah, no, he's 6 feet.
Yeah.
He's the same height as me then.
So you look
He's
at
tall.
him eye to
Yeah. Look at him.
Yeah.
I am up. Up and down.
Yeah, no, like I'm
You're still a
much
piece of
smaller than him. I'm 5'4".
I mean, we can't even play this.
Ankle biter, he is not.
On the tall competition, he wins.
We're all pipsqueaks compared to him.
Alright, I look at the dwarf. Well, sorry, presuming dwarf.
It is a dwarf.
No, yeah, he said it was a dwarf.
Try not to be a
That's
racist.
why I can't understand him, because he speaks his language.
And nothing else, apparently.
Well, he speaks very poor common.
He speaks bathroom.
And yes, no.
So, summon.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh! Ooh! That one hurt from here, my man.
I'll remember this when you need to feel.
Fucking hell! Someone dropped a nuke. That one had a blast radius.
Oh my goodness, no.
For all future purposes, ignore Zadar. Continuing.
I'm
I
gonna.
thought Tip was supposed to be the bad one. What the heck?
Holy shit, bro.
I bow and let him take his spot. Just wait till I'm extremely 65. That will be good. That'll take my crown back.
I'm gonna walk down.
I guess they don't. I'll explain to him they don't want to take the shortcut because glory in killing things.
He shrugs. I'll leave the way open for you if you want, but after that, I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
I happen to open the shortcut, but there happens to be a big rock covering it, so
Rock.
I don't know how. It would be a safe place at least. And it's from a friend of the clock. It seems to be nearing nighttime, so you might be better off just hanging around that little cove we made.
I'm okay with that. I'm sure I'll find my way out in the morning.
And then I'm going to throw him a ration and some water.
He thanks you very much in Dwarvish, and he puts his fist together and bows and says, "Thank you."
I'm going to do the same.
He then walks up to one of the side walls of the tunnel. You see him take off his gloved hand, and you see that there's runes carved into his hand that seem to glow when he's near the wall. As he reaches up, he touches the wall, and he kind of concentrates for a little bit, and you see that the runes on his hand start to glow a little bit, as you see a passageway open up in the wall.
Yo! That's cool.
What would it be to see if I can recognize the runes?
Arcana.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all you.
8.
All
I'm gonna
you,
also do a
maybe
check.
him. Because book thief.
Killing me, Smalls!
17.
Killing me, Smalls!
I apologize for my ringtone.
It gets us every time.
You should.
You once again remember that you probably would know this, but then you remember he has been stealing books from you for quite some time.
It's like his favorite way to.
It's
It could be one of those jokes where he does it because he loves you. Like one of those, like, oh, he just pulls into your hair because he likes you.
Look, so,
Good desk.
I ship it.
hello, audience.
Do you want to go with that? 'Cause
You
I
can
plus
ship
one.
them if you want to.
How many times can you do that?
Continuing,
Is it a cantrip?
Zadar,
Is
no,
it a cantrip?
Zadar
No,
reads
it's
the,
I've just been joking with it.
you gotta observe the runes as they open up. You see that they're dwarvish runes. They look shamanistic in nature, as there looks to be some kind of like tattoo magic on his hands that says the word open in dwarvish.
Okay, I'm going to pat on his shoulder and relay it to him so that way he knows.
So he opened sesame did.
Yeah, basically.
Sweet.
Open sesame. Alright, let's go
now
down
you know
this.
now you have the information that I've been learning from you.
I'm gonna pat Corgi on the. How tall are you?
He's 8 foot.
I'm 7'10".
You're going
So
pat
I'm
his
gonna
butt.
pat him on the lower back and say, "You first, Corgi." Gladly.
Lower back, you say.
Tap that ass.
Yep.
So I guess we have two ships now. These two bananas.
Give me some balls.
Well,
We have our ships, guys.
as you go down the hallway, you kind of hear the echoes. Seems to be from everywhere down this way.
God dang it, Gollum.
As you grow closer, you see as the light from your axe sheds just enough light that you can see that there's starting to be bodies on the floor there, just laying there. You see that
Lovely.
there's fang marks against the bones, as it seems that everything that was meat on the bones has been ripped off.
The Chimera's definitely been here.
You see that there's about 12 bodies laying, one fresh.
Definitely been here.
What can I see within 60 feet?
Within 60 feet, you see that to the right of the T section that you're currently at, that there seems to be a very solid stone door. It seems that it has bloody handprints on it as it tried to be pushed open, but seems that it's locked in some manner. You see down the left way that there seems to be smashed marks against the wall that you can kind of see in that monotone gray dark vision.
His is
feel.
shades of red.
Shades of red.
Which is
You
creepy.
see shades of red. Yeah.
Far creepy.
You got like Silent Hill vision here. This is kind of creepy actually. As you look down,
Bodies,
you see
blood.
that there's like bodies down there. You see that there's a broken axe. You see that there's rended armor. Whatever it seems to be wandering around seems to be very strong.
There are even more bodies going down this hall. It curves right and left. You said to the left was the door.
To the right was the door.
To the right is a door, looks to be sealed, and to the left is armor and axes and blood.
So safe past that.
I'm going to cast light on one of my bolts, and I'm going to shoot across the hallway.
Which way? Down the left or down the right?
Right then left. I'm doing both.
Have we gotten to the T yet?
Yes. You take your crossbow, you shoot it down, you see the light kind of like shimmer down the hallway. You don't hear any responses. It thuds against the stone door that breaks. From the flicker of light, you can see that there's something scrawled on the door in what seems to be blood.
Alright.
Let's go to the door first.
Because this isn't creepy at all, guys.
Hold.
It's an adventure.
Woo!
It's fun.
We're all gonna die.
Well, at least then I know I failed.
Can I put
Put
forward
me back in
that
the forest.
Can I put the idea forward that we should have, you know, one of our frontline brawlers at both ends of the line here?
Alright,
In the
I'll
event
go
that something
stand by
As
the
squish,
door.
I would like to be near the middle.
Alright, who else speaks Dwarvish?
I
Just you? Okay. Then,
I will go to the back.
alright, who's not Squish? That can stay with
Actually-
the front.
I would recommend he not be behind us.
I'll be back there with him, don't worry about it.
Alright.
I
Alright,
also have
which way
spells
would you
that
like
are
to face?
defensive.
I'm
The
gonna
door in,
Unlike you,
that
I'm
has
not
writing in
squishy.
Dwarvish, or towards the facing the other direction?
I will be facing towards the piles
17 and
Piles of bodies?
of bodies.
Okay. Alright.
I was literally thinking that for the past 5 minutes.
That's no wrong
Alright.
wavelength.
So I'll go with you towards the door, but I will keep my heading towards, because we know the. Can't word right now. The
The Chimera?
yes, that thing. We saw it following the first dwarf that came in.
Yeah.
It was
Yes.
chasing him, so it could still come from that way. So we also need somebody facing that way, just in case. So I will stand within 15 feet of you, looking down that way, just to be safe.
Alright.
As you walk closer to the door, getting within view that you can read it just a little bit better, you read the phrase, "The key is hidden in the storeroom. The shrewd hid it there."
What language is this in?
Dwarvish.
Okay, sorry.
Everything down here is Dwarvish.
Want to relay that?
It's literally
Relay whatever
those
you
two.
read? Want to relay what
Yeah, I'll
you read?
obviously be relaying that. That the key's in the storeroom.
So now you can mention. Should you so
I think the storeroom's back that way. No, I'm gonna put off. I'm gonna walk up and unlock it.
You feel the key slide right in and unlock as you look up and you notice that the above says "Welcome Office" and the little key has the office tag on it.
How fancy.
Who wishes to open the door?
I'm already there with the key, so I'll pop it open.
I would be preparing an apple.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's get be
I'm
ready.
staying back the fuck up.
Otherwise,
Yeah,
I'm still at that
imagine-
T section.
Roll an insight.
Oh god.
Oh boy.
Come on, Colin, you can do it.
Don't the monkeys get you.
6.
No, I can't. 8, I think. Yeah, 8.
You don't notice anything as you pull open the door.
Oh dear.
Who else is by the door?
I would be, I'm assuming.
Yeah, you were reading it.
All right.
Oh no. DM's getting dice. This is bad.
Oh, here we go.
Traps.
Oh, that's not good.
As
That
you
face,
pull
no,
as you
it's
pull
not.
open the door, you felt a little something on the door, but you couldn't quite figure out what it was. As you do, you notice that it's a string, and as you pull open the door, it pops the trap as you hear a thump, as you see a crossbolt fly at you with a 20 to hit you.
Ouch!
Okay.
I am going to trigger my shield and add 5 to my AC, so I have 22.
You see this crossbow bolt fly forward, and then you just see it like stop, like literally right before your nose, and it kind of just falls down.
It was gonna boop your snoot.
Yeah.
This is why I was going to stand at the back.
You can see a clear view in that there indeed seems to be there seems to be a dead body on a stone desk next to the crossbow. You see that it looks like that he assembled this trap before he died. You can see that there's no other bodies in here, and you see there's lots of documents everywhere.
I'm
Take
going
half,
to
I take
immediately
half?
dig in. Yes.
No. We're gonna.
As
actually,
you are reading.
Can
In Dwarvish?
Do you see the
I
crossbow?
can study it. I'll take the crossbow.
Okay, let us do some digging.
Roll a dexterity check.
You're a rogue. If you don't got this, you're disappointed. You're disappointed.
Dishonor!
12.
You managed to pop it out of its trap. relatively unscathed. You don't see that there's any more bolts besides the one that fired, but you have a crossbow now.
Nice.
Oh wait, I already have one.
You have 2 crossbows now.
Now you can dual wield.
Dual wield crossbow!
I actually have dual wield, so I can do that.
They have the reloading feature though, so it'll take you an action to reload it.
Damn.
That's fine.
Actually, I don't think they took an action to reload. I just think it reloads on your next turn. You can only fire the
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay. And
Just good.
you can only do wield hand crossbows, not full size crossbows.
Yeah, these are like, this is a full size
Oh yeah,
crossbow.
no.
These aren't
I
like,
can't dual wield that.
yeah.
I have a strength of 15.
Strength don't matter for shit in this thing, bro.
Yeah. So
It's like Dark
you
Souls
walk,
2.
you walk through the documents. It's a welcome office. You find there's a very large ledger that seems that this was a trade town of some sort when it was alive, and that thousands upon individuals have came in over the year. You can see going back to a decade ago when it seems that was when the boom was.
Any names crossed off?
They all seem to be crossed off after the person left. When you take the most recent one, there's just like one, there's a one name that isn't crossed off, so this person is possibly still somewhere in here.
Okay, and this person's name is. No, he's shing at me. Well, he looks up at me.
Haha, I'm totally prepared. What are you talking about?
Somebody. Please do the asking.
Owen.
Owen?
That's a 10.
Owen.
I totally believe
You
it.
said perception?
That would
Yeah,
be
I
a nat
did.
20.
That's only one.
To percept of your bullshit.
23.
You totally hit my bullshit. You perceive my bullshit.
I perceive your bullshit.
The name Owen Fairhorn is still not crossed off.
Okay, so he was here when the doors shut.
13 history.
You have no idea. You know it's human.
Oh, they have race listed too?
No, you know that the name's probably human.
What was your history
Owen's a
check?
very human name.
13.
How about 17?
You know that Owen's definitely a human name. So there might be a human somewhere in the
So
city.
nothing to recognize. Like, I don't recognize.
You don't recognize Fairhorn as a family name.
Okay.
Is there any, did they like document any like
If it requires
distinguishing
points, I'll probably
features
roll, but other than
of
that, no.
Owen?
No. He just, it said that he got here at first light and that was that.
Okay. Well, then.
Is there anything
So,
that,
for so much protection in this room, there's gotta be something better than this, isn't it?
19 perception.
He's seeing more than I do.
19 perception as well?
Hang on, no, this isn't hang on.
That's it, I quit, I'm done.
I have another 23 perception.
Combined together, you two managed to look around the room. Once again, you notice that there seems to be a panel that when you open it up on the side of the wall, as you take out one of the stones, there seems to be a safe there.
Did you guys?
Rogue?
Is it like a?
Yeah.
Did you guys find any numbers in the papers of the this?
You did
What kind of
indeed
check would it
find
be to try to lockpick it?
dex check,
Well, hang on, we're seeing
Well,
if we found the code yet.
dex and intelligence.
So we might not need that.
You did indeed find a string
you?
of 3 code. You.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and so we can
Alright,
just open
so I give him the code so he doesn't have to break a lockpick.
He kind of just like,
Well, it's a combination.
If it's a
so-
combination,
Yeah.
there's no lockpick.
Okay, well, I don't want him to sit there going,
He's just gonna strain his
for a
ears.
eternity.
yeah, you kind of just like look at the code and you're like, I remember doing this a few times. And you spun the lock, it locked in 3 places, and you hear a click as it opens.
Yay.
As you look in there, there seems to be trading tariffs as vendors would come into the city. They would state the reasons why they're there, and then they would give a down payment for entry into the city. You each gain 2 gold.
Woo!
Damn, not bad.
Alright, I'm gonna specifically look for Owen.
You find Owen, and then you find a second individual that was there for a day named Wyatt. Although for some reason Wyatt was not listed.
Okay. So we have an Owen and a Wyatt. Wyatt wasn't listed.
There's 11
Like,
history
maybe
check.
be a resident?
Maybe.
You flip through the pages, and you saw, as you continue to sift through the documents, you find Owen and Wyatt. Find Owen Fairhorn, and Wyatt didn't seem to give his last name. As you search through the documentation, you find that Wyatt came here about a month ago and has been staying here since, which is why it wouldn't be in the recent area.
I relayed the information. I guess we seal this back up and then
Did you guys ever ask that dwarf's name?
come to think of it, no.
Well, why it's a human name, correct?
Yeah.
And so is
Yeah.
human. Or so is human.
So is human. Human is a human name.
I'm only a human.
Yeah, so this dwarf
Hello,
was-
A is human.
Hello, I is not.
Yeah, so we
Actually,
at
no,
least
A
have
is not
him-
either.
Oh, my name is Hugh Man.
Bye.
Alright.
Sorry, what?
Welcome back to the camera.
Hello.
We have a very camera-shy dragonborn.
Yeah, we do. Don't make me get the goat.
I love goats.
Why would you steal my goat?
He's not talking about love that way.
Because, as the DM thinks, would you like to meet the goat?
No.
Okay, no goat.
You see me running through the streets with my goat.
I'm okay with
You
this.
know how that go.
So, if you lock the door back up, you look down the hallway, you don't see the chimera.
We lock up the office as we.
Is it still darkness ahead of us?
Yep.
I am going to shoot a bolt after lighting it.
After you do so, as it travels down the hallway, just flashes as it goes by. You see about another 3 bodies, totaling, I believe, 15 in total. Yeah.
No meat.
Do I see any of them twitch at all or anything?
No, you don't hear any noises coming from down that way. You do see that it flies past a door that seems to go into a left hallway, and you do see that it, as it ends, it flashes at the end of what seems like a statue.
Alright, door or statue?
Statue.
I mean, we've had luck with statues so far.
Fair enough.
You might want to be careful with the crossbows, because
Which, question, how many days have passed so far?
Since you set out,
of course it could be a good
it's
Well,
been
since the statue. Above ground.
above ground. It's been about, it's been like 2 days. That's been very long at all.
So our warmth is down to 3 days.
Well, I actually realized that I didn't need the warmth because I have cold resistance. Yeah,
It only makes sense since you live in the depths of the ocean.
Warmth for 5 days.
One for 3, yeah.
I'm gonna refresh the warmth on.
Oh, it's been
on
2 days already?
Yeah.
Yes.
When?
Since when?
Since we hit the bottom of the mountain.
No, since we got the warmth? We got the warmth.
Yeah, we were climbing up for a while before we hit the.
That was 2
The
days?
passage.
Oh my goodness.
Oh. I didn't realize we were traveling that long.
Oh my god.
I mean, we didn't camp or anything.
Yeah, I know. gonna do encounters that early, so I was just like, yep, they're just gonna camp and continue going. I know how this is gonna go.
Well, good to know I was shooting somebody on the other side of the map.
Yes.
Oblique reference, but alright.
Use 360 no scope. It's only 1,000 experience, but
Dual
no.
wielding crossbows.
I'll take that 1,000 experience.
We still have yet to get experience from the dead dwarves.
I'm assuming it's just not enough to care for them.
Yeah, it's not up to care at the moment.
Oh, good.
It's like five.
Where are you gonna do all the
It's
XP
like
at the end
Yeah.
of the session?
Yeah.
Per one.
It's like 25 experience for dwarf.
So 125. So
Divided by 6.
We'll get to that later.
Yeah, we'll get to
Okay,
it.
math.
Anyways,
We'll figure it
How
out.
far away is the statue?
the statue is 60 feet away from you. As when the bolts basically almost full range, as it kind of glided into a stone column where it stopped. The doorway is about 30 feet.
So the statue's like just at the end of the vision.
Alright, so the statue's and door?
We passed the door first.
Yeah. Okay, door and statue.
That's fine.
Makes sense.
Does someone want to check this door first before we open it?
How about the thief? And look for traps this time.
yeah. Let's go.
I no longer have my shield.
So what do I have to roll for the door?
Dexterity check.
Dexterity check.
Hence why you're doing it.
17.
Plus your prog?
Yeah, 17.
He rolled it on.
You reach in and you pull out your lockpicking kit and you put it in, and you go like, dink. You're done.
That was easy.
Yeah, you're done in like a minute or so.
Check for traps.
I'm gonna
You
check
hear
for traps.
you hear it pop open. How do you check for traps?
I would recommend checking for wires. That's how the
Yes, I would check for a wire.
How would you check for a wire?
Does there appear to be a gap under the
I
door?
did not. Here, you come
Very
close to the door,
small.
bud.
I mean, you have your.
I'm going to
Freaking
go
rave
prone.
stick.
Oh yeah,
and
I have
see
2
under the
rave
door.
both sticks.
When you go prone and you look under into the doorway, you can't see anything in there because it's dark.
Do you have dark vision?
I'm going to slide my sword that is lighting up from light under.
As you slide in, I need you to make a strength check.
String?
Does that have dark vision right there?
Yes, I do have dark vision actually.
Oh, well, never mind.
We learn fantastic things while we are
What?
doing
These
D&D,
your
people.
cards. You have dark vision on.
Please
the
make sure you check your papers.
Yeah.
Or just make sure you can read.
I'm pretty sure that's what that said.
You
I'm
look
allergic
at
to reading.
you look under the
Yeah,
door.
that's why I steal your books.
As you look under the door, as you see 2 sets of boots.
I'm going to, in whispers, tell people that there's someone under on the other side of this door.
Okay.
Do they seem human-sized or dwarven-sized?
They seem larger than dwarves.
Is he just seeing the boots, or is there a body to this?
Just the boots. You can just see
Oh,
the
kick
boots
in
because
the
it's like
door.
just a little gap underneath the door.
We have a 12 to kick in the door.
Has the door been opened at all yet, or is it
Yeah,
still closed?
it's open.
Oh, he opened the door?
Yeah, he opened the door with the 17 dex check. Just popped it open. He looked underneath
Oh
the
no,
door.
no, I mean like.
Oh no, not open. He unlocked the door.
There we go.
Right?
No, he was looking under the door.
Yeah.
Okay, it hasn't actually been opened like
No.
a cracker.
It's just
So
unlocked.
I'm going to try to get a response by knocking on the door.
Is that before or after he kicks down the door?
Before.
You don't hear anything.
Room service?
Alright, you're on. Bart grab inspiration. Punch down that tree. Or
I'm moving out of the way.
How are you inspiring him? Regale us.
Fletchels.
war drums. I'm
moving out of the way.
You feel a bit.
Alright, Lamb, step back.
I'm gonna
Roll that
prep
die.
just in case you know.
Alright.
Plus 6.
Plus 6 to the swing check.
18. What would have failed? You pass as you kick in the door as it just kind of falls forward, and you see it fall on top of the figures. They don't seem to move.
Okay. What's
We should probably move the door.
This
real
is now
quick.
Munchkins. Kick the door. Our rogue appears to be dying.
Just a little bit.
You alive, bro?
Oh no, I have to keep you alive.
What can I see with my dark vision?
You mean your light?
Oh, in the room?
Well, now we're glowing like.
Yeah, now with like everyone in there's glowing, so you can see the room pretty good. It seems to be some kind of just like storage unit. See mops,
Do we
buckets.
hear any noise from the figures underneath the door?
No.
They are quite dead.
Are there any figures not under the door?
Nope. Just the two under the door. You're not quite sure what you're
Is there
standing
any
on.
blood from the doors?
No.
Okay, good.
I'm going to lift the door off with a 11.
Okay. You gotta like move the door. You see two stone figures laying on the ground.
Ew. No wonder why there's no blood.
Keep.
What's that like? Nature, right?
Yeah.
Net 20.
It's just for herbs. 16.
On a what?
16. You know.
He's also-
You with the 16, you know that sometimes sentries can be made out of earth materials and enchanted for very basic tasks. You know that dwarven cities normally have some kind of autonomous sentries that run the city to be kind of like their law enforcement. You seem to have stumbled upon two units that seem to be deactivated.
Alright, well, either they were guarding something or.
I'm going to stand them both upright.
You stand them both upright. As you see that they both have damaged bodies around them from partially the door and partially from something else. As you see that the crystal that seems to be where their heart would be is broken into pieces.
Yeah, they did. They come back.
I think we should reactivate them. We're
I'm
trespassers.
going to take the crystal out of them and see if there's any way to repair it.
As you reach in order to pull it out, you would have to like remove the front of its chest in order to pull the rest of the crystal out, which is just like solid rock.
Alright, I'm going to inspect the room.
Okay.
Bard is not happy.
What I need to roll?
Investigation.
So that is a 18.
Storage room. Brooms, mops, buckets,
I didn't see anything.
cleaning chemicals. It seems to be the two sentries we'll put in here, as there doesn't seem to be anyone, or it doesn't seem to be anywhere hinting that they might have been repaired or were going to be repaired. It seems that they were just stored in here.
Okay, so nothing out of place besides the sentries?
No.
Any chance I might recognize those cleaning chemicals?
Oh,
You
yeah,
recognize
would there-
bleach.
Is there anything
Seems to be a lot of
anyone
bleach.
would just recognize?
What's
What-
the other
what's
half?
in
What's
here?
the thing you're not supposed to mix with bleach? Gives ammonia. Any chance there's any ammonia?
There's no ammonia.
I'm taking the bleach.
Okay, you take the
So
bleach.
what is in this room?
It's
Cleaning
basically
supplies.
Like a cleaning supply. It's a cleaning closet.
It's a storage closet
Okay.
with cleaning supplies and the two sentries.
Mordecai, if I remember correctly, you can take urine and store it for some time, and that will
I know exactly what you're talking about.
turn into
As Veli's just staring at you two just with that face.
Well, I'm gonna look
Interesting
into my
information
diviner
you got
stone.
there.
I'm gonna look into my.
How is
diviner
that a thing you would know?
Why would you know that?
Sorry, as a character, I might not.
That's
As
something.
a character, you probably would not.
That's
Mordecai
something-
would probably.
That's something Mordecai would definitely know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't.
Okay, I'm going to look into my diviner stone and just
Yes.
see if I can see anything that would be relevant.
As you look into your diviner stone, you don't see anything. You see a brief glimpse of this small woman that seems to be the fae that you're looking for, and she seems to be in some kind of metal cage.
Ooh, that's never good for the Fae.
Well,
Probably iron.
I can see the Fae that we're trying to hunt down. She appears to be trapped.
Trapped how?
She is in a metal cage. So it's more than likely whoever is down here got to her before us and has imprisoned her for probably some sinister tasks. So
Well, we have to go and help her then. They tend to give very good gifts to those that they like.
okay, for a Fae, yeah, let's go help.
A Fae's idea of a gift is also significantly different from mortals.
But it could be shiny.
Alright,
more
as usual, I'm the only one proceeding with caution
Shiny
here.
thing.
I'm just trying to
Wrong
convince him. I've been.
Wrong game.
If Ellie's in, I'm in.
And Belly moves away.
And I'm just gonna put my hands up, not touching that subject, and backing out the door.
Going
And
towards the statue.
yeah.
Just nope.
I'm
Not
gonna-
statue.
Look,
Hmm.
on the 2 sentries, I'm going to see if we can find an activation switch.
You look for an activation switch. There does not seem to be any kind of switch at all on them that would activate them.
From what I know of them, do they often have command words to activate them?
No, they do not. From seeing what you saw earlier with the tattoo that said open on it, you think that there might be some kind of specialized tattoo that would probably turn on the sentries. But you're not quite sure in any sort of manner on how to do it.
Yay, you're empowered.
Alright.
Regressing slightly. In my training with Jace, would he have taught me chemical weaponry because he was teaching me about all types of weapons?
No, not really. He would teach her mostly martial weapons, traps, different kinds of techniques.
Yeah, that'd be more training, I would think.
Yeah.
I'd imagine I would get poisons. I'd probably poison myself a lot.
You probably poisoned yourself a lot.
Let's be honest. I feel
To be
like
fair,
everyone freaked
You probably would have poisoned yourself a lot
I
too.
would probably have come into contact with a lot of poisons.
You probably would have.
An alchemist's work takes him everywhere.
At home.
Cat.
Otherwise, that's a
Oh
long.
god, that poor cat.
That poor cat.
Not my fault he walked into a freaking tanglefoot bag. Jesus Christ.
This poor cat, though.
So I'm gonna head to the statue.
Yep,
I'll be right behind him.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll follow along.
See, very. Oh God, this is the point. Hello, viewers. You're going to make a decision for me.
Oh dear.
In the comments below, state if you'd like insanity points or not to be included in the campaign. I will update in the next episode.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Hold on.
Is
I
there
didn't get into D&D 5th ed so I could relive Palladium. Honestly, man.
It's not that
Dude,
bad.
this sounds concerning.
Before I'm
I'm
gonna
still towards
stop
the back.
10 feet away from the.
So whoever doesn't have a good concentration.
Is the statue like in a room or just at the end of the hall?
It's kind of in like a cove on the side of the hall.
Okay, I'm gonna stop 10 feet away from it.
Okay, you stop 10 feet away from it.
And we're all behind him, so thump, 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 thump.
As you thunk, you look with your creepy Silent Hill vision?
Yeah, I am
Okay.
looking with my creepy Silent Hill.
I'll be right behind him, so I'll be looking around as well.
I'm not far from you.
Oh.
So.
Oh geez, okay, yeah, you're shedding the like 15 feet of light, so like yeah.
You're
All
fine.
of
I mean,
our
he-
weapons
yeah,
are
he-
laced with
Oh,
light.
okay, yeah.
We are all
Form of
raving
white
right now.
I'm going to, right up next to the statue, I'm going to press the digitation to create the sound of like armor clinking. Because if there's any monster there, it might attack the sound.
No, but that's spooky.
you don't nothing seems to trigger, but as you look on to the grotesque scene in front of you, as you walk up to it, you see that what probably was some kind of dwarven goddess statue is completely destroyed and replaced on what seems to be someone's spinal cord that is shaped into a serpent.
Oh, lovely.
You see that there are 4 bodies praised down in front of it, all with their heads decapitated around the statue, and you see that there is a bloody axe in the corner.
Detect magic.
Do these look to be the chosen?
Yes.
Okay.
Detect magic.
Okay, go for it.
How does this work?
You cast Detect Magic.
I cast Detect magic.
Okay, you cast
Magic it glows.
that statue is definitely magical in nature.
Okay.
It's lighting up like a Christmas tree.
I'm gonna relay the whole serpent spine thing, and I may have withheld some information previously when I touched the coin.
Mm-hmm.
Don't act shocked, Belly.
No, is this a shocked face?
That's an angry face. You should know that face by now.
I'm sorry, Belly.
Details.
I saw a vision of a giant serpent in another realm, feasting on the souls of the fallen. Its hunger seemed ravenous.
23 religion.
You have no idea.
Off a 20. Oh,
A
my
23
God.
religion, and I have no clue what this statue or his vision means.
I mean, if it's not
No.
religion, no.
God said no.
It ain't Aphrodite, so I wouldn't know.
Aphrodite's soul, a giant snake-eating soul. Yep, that goddess of love. Yep, that sounds just like her.
Yeah, she loves to eat. Don't judge her.
Dun-dun.
I would advise proceeding with caution.
That's what I. It's magical.
Okay. You wander. You look around a little bit as you try and turn your vision away from the statue. You can't help but everyone be fixated upon it and upon its grotesque sight. As you do, you see where the spine starts moving a little bit and start twisting as if it's a serpent itself.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, hell no, I'm shooting that.
Can I do
Oh,
a,
hell no.
can I do a will save to try and look at what our surroundings?
Yeah, sure.
Kind of like a monster check.
Is this because like magical we have to look at it, or just because it's like
No, it's
bodies
magical
gross?
because you have to look at it.
Would that be
Okay,
con?
so it's not just because like, oh my gosh, gross bodies.
Yeah.
Okay, because I imagine you would not give a single damn if it was just ill gross bodies.
Yeah.
Would it be Constitution?
No, it would be wisdom.
Wisdom.
We're making wisdom saves.
19.
He is. You managed to, are you trying to look away from it or look towards it?
I'm trying to look away from it to check our surroundings.
As you try to look away from it, you feel as if you're pressing against something, like against your face as you try and move, as if there's a force trying to keep you looking at it.
Alright.
There's something holding us in place.
Yeah,
Give me a
screw
second.
that shit.
Will
As,
saves.
Why even bother?
Okay.
Dummy smash.
Copy smash. 17 for my will save.
You managed to look away a little bit too.
17 to attack it with a crossbow.
You managed to overcome it, and as you point your crossbow at it, you all feel a wave of sensation kind of go through you as you feel psychic pain penetrate your brains.
Oh, I was gonna 17 to it too.
Okay. 22 to
acid
smash.
breathing.
Yeah, all of you managed to smash into the statue, kind of nullifying the psychic pain effect, only taking a little bit of the damage, so you each take 1 psychic damage.
Alright, what about radiant damage? Do you
So
wanna
much
do
for my
it?
will save. Like, goodness, it does nothing for good for me.
No.
We don't even have a will check. It's 5th ed.
Yes, wisdom, my bad. God!
Wisdom,
not-
will, whatever.
As a
It's all
DM,
double
I played
words.
3.5 for years, and now I'm on 5e, and I keep confusing it. Sorry.
All hail Pathfinder.
All hail
Yeah,
Broken
well-
Finder.
You said I get to look away right?
Yeah.
You're ever so slightly. You're not looking away.
Yeah. Okay, like you feel kind of like him. There's something pressing against you that makes you want to look at the statue, and then after it's shattered, you can you just force you to turn your head and you just spin this way, just and this statue shattered.
Okay.
I'm going to take the time to crack my neck after that.
Oh God.
Literally, crack neck.
Oh.
I needed that.
Cracked it.
Oh.
I'm gonna. Everybody okay?
Oh, of course not.
19 on die.
I accept the void. 19 to actually it'd be 21 perception to search the rubble. So anything that might be of relevance, any magical piece, anything like that.
Colin, do me a favor and tell me if that crack shows up on footage.
You search the rubble a little bit. As you do, you find an arcanic circle that seems to be in the alcove, and it seems to have triggered once you walk past it.
I'm just gonna passive 16 perception, just see if anything's coming what ways. Because there is a big scary in the halls with us. So.
You look down the hall. It seems pretty quiet. It seems pretty quiet as of recently. Knowing that the door is on the right pathway, you probably could guesstimate that if there is going to be someone heading towards you, it's probably coming from your left.
Want to check, make sure we're not about to get jumped by a giant scary. It's always good.
I'm going to take a look at the corpses.
They all seem to have been decapitated, each of their heads in front of it. You see that they're indeed chosen as the fang teeth, and they each have another coin with them.
I'll snag those.
Get rid of those real quick.
I would use Mage Hand to drop those into his bag.
They seem that though that you find something very strange about them. There's no restraints on them.
No restraints. They want willing.
They went willingly.
Oh, that's terrifying.
How many coins do I have?
How
4,
Plus
9.
First.
No, you buried that one. You got 9 coins right
9
now.
coins.
Yeah, we made a giant 25-foot pit for it.
And now I'm carrying 9 of them around on my person.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll go well.
I don't know why, I just get the feeling if I have them all in one bag, nothing will go well.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Probably not.
I'm gonna go take a look at the bloody axe.
You look at the bloody axe. You notice that it's for some reason perpetually dripping blood from it. Like you go to wipe it off, and then some of it appears on the blade again.
No, that's not creepy at all.
Alright, moving on down the hallway.
Hey, Alchemist, want an infinite source of blood?
Can I identify that?
Go for it!
I have to be in physical contact with the thing, so this is gonna be bad. I get.
For safety's sake.
Pulls out herbs. I'm ready.
Do you pick up the axe?
No. For safety's sake, before he comes into contact with it, Bardic Diagram Inspiration.
It's just
Dun, 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 dun.
I'm feeling weirdly inspired by the wardrooms.
Touch that axe. Touch the axe.
Okay, touching axe. Casting Identify.
Wisdom save.
$14.
As you touch the axe, you feel this sensation of bloodlust kind of ripple through your very being, as you just feel that you want to reach in and grab the axe.
Okay.
Can I notice this reaction?
Yeah, you totally notice.
Do we notice bloodlust?
It would.
You wouldn't really see that.
No, it would happen as soon as he touched it. So.
Great.
So as you reach down and you grab the axe, you kind of feel this force, rippling through your body. As you pick up the axe and you feel an urge to turn your head, you turn and you see where your allies were. There's now Chosen standing there in their place.
Oh no.
Oh,
And
right.
I'm directly next to him.
Yes.
She feasts.
That's 12.
That is 12.
You missed horribly.
You miss horribly against him as you see that his eyes have gone into just this bright red
What's your
orbs
AC?
now.
16.
I have an 18 to smack some sense into him.
Roll another wisdom save.
Oh, she does not like me lick.
Does he get
That's a
advantage
16.
for smacking?
Huh?
That's a 16.
Actually, you're good.
Yes!
She smacks you across the face, and you briefly let go of the axe as it falls down.
You're not touching.
You see that
Are you okay
that
now?
the chosen have disappeared, and the residual bloodlust kind of fades from you.
What just happened? You just swung at Fred.
Don't ever let me pick up a weapon again.
Deal.
All right.
In the second that he grabbed it and cast Identify, did he learn anything about it?
Oh, he knows it's a cursed item. Axe of bloodlust.
Oh,
Gee,
great!
I
Something else
wonder
to throw
how.
in the pit.
And more pointedly, don't let either of those three touch it either.
Oh God! Don't let the barbarian touch it. Oh God!
I mean, I don't know.
That would end very bad.
You just saw him swinging at us, so I don't know if you guys.
All right, you three. Let's be clear. You grab the axe. Your will no longer belongs to you.
I'm going to carefully wrap it in cloth.
God damn it!
The cloth gets horrendously soaked
Soaked in
through
blood.
by blood.
Did he learn anything about the blood itself?
No, it doesn't seem to have a source, as the axe has no blood of itself, but it still seems to be dripping blood.
I mean, did he learn what
I'm
species?
gonna have to
it's from?
smack sense into you two.
Human.
Human blood.
Oh my.
Well, damn.
Hmm?
Hoping it was like demon blood or something like that.
No, nothing
That'd
helpful.
be cool.
Nothing helpful. What are you talking about?
If it were demon blood, I would be sticking at least 3 vials into that cloth.
I mean, is human blood not useful for anything?
Not particularly.
Just get 356 total adult male humans worth of blood, and then you can make that longsword.
Yep. A longsword literally forged in blood.
Yep.
Is there anything else in this alcove, or
No, not that you smashed it. Yeah.
what directions can we go?
You can go. You can continue down the hallway, which would be going left, or you can go right, and that leads back to the office and the exit.
Left.
Left.
All right.
I'm keeping an eye on him specifically. He is
it
not
light
touching that
Is
axe.
the axe light enough to pick up with mage hand?
5 pounds.
Highly
Yeah.
doubt it.
There's
No,
no book. I don't want it.
that would be a battle axe. That'd be like.
That's chufty.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's like 10, 15.
20-ish pounds.
Yeah. You try to look to a mage hand,
Consequences
nothing.
to you.
I'm trying to move it out the way.
No, not you. Him.
Oh.
Wait, I'm sorry. I assumed your gender. Are you?
This is 2017, Guppy.
I'm liberal and I
dare
It's
you,
all the
Mr.
shortest sleight of hand.
I wrote an 8 actually. You?
You rolled a 2. You added to an 8.
Oh.
That was a joke.
I don't know about you, but actually that's a 20.
I'm gonna walk down the hallway.
Well, then in that case, look at that 20
Okay.
and see that. Look at that.
Down the hallway.
You slapped down my head, hit me in the cheek, and it
As you,
Wait, I'm gonna look behind the statue. Is there anything behind this statue?
Well, rubble.
no, yeah, rubble from the statue. There seems to be indications of the normal dwarven pantheon that you would expect. That seem to be just like minor stories about one of them, combat against goblins. That's about it.
Oh. Moving on.
I mean, he's not quite goblin. He's hobgoblin. He's scary.
As all of you walk away, Mordecai, you feel kind of a urge to go towards the axe, but as you get farther away from it, it seems to fade away.
Wisdom slaps.
Yeah, wisdom slap. Wisdom slap. I love it.
This is where I don't like weapons.
As you continue going down the hallway, look straight ahead, you see that you are coming to a crossroad. You don't see any bodies around here, though. Although you do see some interesting runic writing near the crossroad.
What does it say?
Who speaks Abyssal?
I do.
I do.
I do.
Holy crap!
No, I find no.
If you ever ask the question, does someone know this language? I'll probably say yes.
You're only missing like what, 5?
Few forbidden language. Well, few of them are forbidden languages, so you probably want to learn.
I think I'm discounting the forbidden languages when I say
Yeah,
that.
no, I think there's 5 that he doesn't know.
Okay. As you go up to the abyssal runes, and you start reading it, you see that it seems to be some kind of portal or summoning circle that hasn't been completed yet.
A summoning circle?
Yeah.
Veli, could I see those schematics again?
Oh yeah, can I be checked to see if it's the same thing?
You see that it seems to be the base for it, but it seems that instead of trying to make a fade portal, it seems to be a portal to the 9 hells.
Let's destroy this.
Here.
I'm gonna let them know that.
You.
Oh, wait, what?
I mean, he told me that's what I knew.
Okay.
So I'm just saying what
You can see that, well, in the schematic it would show that this is basically the same one, but it depends on what writing that you put down as the base that seems to be opening up the portal.
So
Sylvan.
rather than Sylvan, it's Abyssal.
Yes.
And leading to the hells. Okay.
Correct.
Wait, hold on. What the hell's the Infernal?
Infernal, yes, you're correct. Thank you.
Abyssals would lead to the Abyss.
Yes, thank you.
I'm going to copy down the.
So how many people know Infernal?
I do.
I also know that, actually.
Do you know Infernal?
You're not quite sure what you're looking at anymore.
Okay, so it is Infernal.
It is.
Yeah, I'm gonna copy.
I still don't know that one.
I'm actually gonna sacrifice a ream of paper for this one and copy down the schematics.
Okay.
Yeah, can we shred these? This seems
I
scary.
don't switch on for any of those really expensive bits that
There's no expensive bits. This seems to be the very, very base of it. As
Just like, you know, paint on
seem
the
to,
ground,
yep, kind of like painter. As you look around the crossroad, though, you see that there is different signposts that are showing different districts that you can go to in Dwarvish.
How about we destroy the hell portal?
I'm
Destroy
go-
the portal to their districts.
Yeah.
let's hold off on destroying it. I'm just going to remove all of the infernal language writing.
As you
Oh, wait,
start,
first. How long does it take for me to write all this down?
about half an hour or so.
Alright.
And I'll wait till he finishes to remove any infernal.
Okay. You start removing it off the floor. As you do, you start hearing. Start coming from all 3 directions.
Oh dear.
Alright, he stops. I continue.
I'm ready in action.
So, divine sense.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I don't want to pop one of those. How much
Oh,
are we
God,
feeling
just
here?
drinking this water.
Oh no!
You light up like a Christmas tree.
Oh
We
no!
are surrounded by undead. Good.
Alright, everyone, back to back.
Okay, I'm going to.
Switching people in the center, please.
I'm
Into
going
the
to
center!
in a.
It seems though that the closer that you get to the circle, the more aggravated they seem.
Back now from the circle.
The sounds seem to fade away.
Does the divine sense sense them leaving?
No, they're still there.
But they're not coming at.
No.
Alright, portal surrounded by guardians.
Alright. What's
How
the
much did you
highest
get
thing
rid of
you have
before
today
they-
that you can throw?
How much did they get rid
I
of
have
before
an
they
axe.
started hissing and we had to stop?
Like barely a
All
word.
you guys.
Okay, I would suggest throwing me. I get it, where?
Why are we throwing people?
Well,
I
I
guess-
probably can't throw the
The Dragonborn.
Dragonborn, but I'd probably throw everybody else.
I'll go.
Are you saying that my scales are too much for you?
Maybe he just called you fat.
Think you're out of my range.
Good word. I'll give you a card from that.
I only lift up half a tree, not a whole one.
So you're fat, but not that fat.
It just means that I'm incredibly heavy for my height.
Big bones, huh?
Yeah.
Anybody who's
Go, big scales.
Anybody who's played
Big
Skyrim
scales.
knows that dragon bones are heavy as hell. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is true.
And I got a house full of them.
Alright, so we have to go through
I
the
carry a
draft
house
of any
full of
districts, correct?
No. You could
I
go to the very start of the districts, but it seems past that they seem to be blocked off
The block off.
by the undead. Yes.
Okay, so either way we're gonna have to go through that.
Unless we backtrack and take the shortcut, the fourth way.
I ready my sword.
I'd gladly step in the middle of that circle.
And for your actions, people.
Readying a stone!
Fight with the undead.
I was excited when I heard the growl.
Ready my ass.
Oh, you were excited for it.
Is that an oath?
He's a fucking barbarian, what the hell do you expect?
Alright, you're going first.
Right, so.
Would anyone be able to make any sort of knowledge check on why they're so mad about the circle business?
I can try.
I kind of assume that it's.
What intel am I looking for here? Arcana?
Yes.
Would religion want to look at it?
15.
Yes.
22.
17. Clearly, I stole your book after you learned the information.
If there's something like this portal is helping.
23 for religion?
She knows.
23.
That's a one off.
Yeah.
But that's religion, not.
Sometimes guardians are put in places to prevent anything being done to specific rituals that individuals don't want you messing with. You could probably guess that whatever is trying to make this portal is probably responsible for all those zombies.
Okay.
And do we know anything about what would happen if we disrupted the circle?
The portal wouldn't be completed, it'd be disrupted, but you know that just by Fred just erasing a word that you'd probably anger the guardians.
Well, we're gonna piss them off any which way.
Honestly, I don't know if we can handle this many.
Either way, we're gonna end up fighting at least some of them.
From your guesstimation, from looking around, you see that
How
there's
wide is this hallway in Antics?
how wide? 20 feet across, and the hall and ceiling height would be additional 20 feet tall.
Okay.
So you can fit.
I can totally make a wall of stuff.
They'd have to break through the wall that big before they can get to us.
Or we could simply narrow the passage, make it so they had to come out as one at one.
I'll have move earth, so I can make
We're seeing enough
wall.
numbers?
Altogether, you're seeing about 16
Alright.
that are in sight.
And are these like spectral creatures or?
They're the zombie dwarves that you know would be fine.
Right.
Oh, okay.
They're not hard.
That's
So you just narrow the passages a
We
little
could.
bit so we can force them to have one at one.
Yes, if you could narrow the passage, you
Either
could
that
have.
or we each take our individual packs and just AoE the shit out of them.
Except only 2 of us here have AoEs.
Yeah.
And mine's not a damaging one.
Jace would cry if he ever heard you propose that idea. We should go the more tactical route.
Narrow the passage.
Narrow the passage.
Well, we
And
could
then
get
also
them.
then that.
Since there's 3 passages, we could force them to converge into one and then they come out one by one.
How thick can you make this wall?
Dropping DM hint, you also need to remember you're underground.
Oh
slightly raise it up so it doesn't disturb the ceiling.
Oh, totally was gonna collapse the ceiling.
Actually, though,
I mean,
part
that
of
would be
it-
Actually, though.
That would be a way to deal with them, actually.
I mean,
If you just collapse the ceiling on top of them.
if you keep it focused on just them.
If you just collapse it on top of them.
But then that would open us being able to get down there,
Yeah,
possibly
that
trying to
would
fight
block the
or
path.
both.
Yeah.
I mean, we're
I mean,
told
it's
the
an option.
entrance we came through was a back
Yeah.
entrance. If we just cave in this part, destroy all of this infernal business, there's still an entrance. I mean, would be better off just destroying everything right here and moving on.
They're still there.
Well,
You remember
There
that?
should be other survivors.
You remember that when he mentioned the Fae, it was in the tunnel. You remember that when he mentioned the Fae, it was in the tunnel that we made an entrance for you to go there.
Oh, so it's that way?
Yeah, it's back that way.
Alright, well, what we could do,
Yeah.
what we could do is, crazy idea, cause a cave-in here, strip out all the infernal business, retrace our steps back through, go through that entrance to get to the ferry, and then figure out where we go from there.
I mean, we could just leave it as it is. It's a bit unfinished and if it is
a portal to hell?
temporarily, because if anyone knows how to deal with this, it would have to be a fight.
But at the same time, when we finish, we'll go to the ferry.
How much from the Spanish do we see it would take?
We're also looking at fate, though. So there could be specifics to the infernal one that we would know.
Which way do we not want
It would not be sad if they were basically going except for.
How much-
It's gonna be different.
How much time it would take to complete the portal?
Yes.
You're looking at about another like 2 months or so.
Oh.
Yeah,
oh,
we got a ways.
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it takes a total of 3 months to make
Yeah, I say
Alright,
we
we
go
go
get
get the
advice
Fae.
for
portal.
And then we come back and destroy it, because if we don't, this isn't too far from your orphanage.
Yeah.
I mean, worst case scenario, we run into something we can't handle, and Caligan's just right down the mountain.
How many do I see?
Kerplunk.
So, as you look down the hallway to your north, you find 6 of the zombies. To your east, you find 5 more. To the west, you find 5 more, as there's a total of 16 of these zombie dwarves. Round you on all sides. What is your plans for
Alright.
this demonic circle?
There's 2 plans. Either we go back and talk and try to find this Fae and get their opinion and help on this matter, or we go all out brawl, set up walls, have them come in one at a time and kill them all. Who wants to do which?
The most logical option is to take them out when we can have the advantage.
Alright, we got one for the battle.
skip me because my answer is
Skipping you.
done.
You sure already know my answer, Smith?
Battle.
I'll pass for the moment.
Both decisions are logical, and that's the problem.
God damn, I'm hoping for answers here, not skip me.
I didn't say skip me, I just said both situations are logical, we can't.
I'd put a trench in the north and the western wall, or western outpost.
Okay, there's no decision.
Always
Unless we split the party, and we never split the party.
20 feet deep.
Don't
It's
you
all
know,
fine.
you
What's
never
the
split the party.
So I guess we're fighting.
So we've got 20 foot deep trenches on either side.
On the north
Unless we split the
and
party, we have
western
to
side.
go.
Okay.
If we're going in a
So
battle like this,
that
we
leaves
can
the
ask.
blocking
east
the
giving us
north
5 or
and
6
western
to deal with. Is that the 6th one?
As you dig the 20 feet down, you look down and you see that you've literally digging through the ceiling of the next
Digging?
floor. Yes, digging good. As you look down into the next area, you can see a path that would lead directly into the mine.
Well, we need to go directly to the mine anyway, so diggy diggy hole!
Anyone got a rope?
All has been
Who doesn't have a rope?
I'm digging a hole.
Do you not have a rope?
Did you pick the explorer pack?
I have the explorer's back.
You have
Then
rope.
you have rope.
You have 50 foot of rope.
more than enough to make that.
I have not, but there's something seriously wrong.
Alright.
Okay.
Question.
Shoot.
Prestidigitation can create a harmless sensory effect.
Yes.
Sight is a sense, therefore can I make it look as though there's a floor?
That'd be too much space.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's too much.
I've actually seen that done in other games before. That would take, like, I think it's a 3rd level spell, Illusory Terrain.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
illusory terrain, or you can cast illusion,
Because
but
it's like 20.
Okay, I was wondering because it just said sensory effect.
yeah.
We're
No, that'd
dealing
definitely
with,
be a cool idea, but
That is
we're
a cool
dealing
idea.
we're dealing with undead. There's a large sheet. As far as
I
they're
mean,
concerned,
yeah.
that is solid.
yeah.
You're not wrong. This is the funny part.
He has a point. Who's got a blanket?
We all have blankets.
I'm gonna stretch out my coat.
Okay. Are you doing this? Are you making this crap?
How far down is the hole?
Well, no. 20 feet got you through. 20 feet got you through the ceiling. It's another 60 feet to get down all the way to the.
Okay.
Yeah, that's down.
Okay, that takes
Yeah.
2 pieces of rope.
Right.
It would instantly kill.
I need you to do something for me. Hollow out the wall before the
I could
pit.
get one person safely down.
Hollow out the wall before the pit.
But then they'd be
Set me
alone.
on the other side, then cover it with a thin ground. I'm going to pop out, thunder wave. They go flying down that
Or,
pit.
crazy idea. Bear with me here. You said we can't scratch off anything because they'll come barreling out, right?
Oh.
Start scratching it off.
No, have him dig in front of it, and then start scratching off. They'll all fall down in.
Yeah,
They'll fall to their death.
totally dogleg that shit around that side.
Yeah.
I mean, the worst we gotta worry about is slingshot damage.
Just make sure
I would
there's
also be
something
worried about
connected so it
structural
doesn't fall
stability.
through, too.
Because if we're separating, if we're digging down a hole through this thing, we are separating 3 of the support fractions on
Yeah.
and making this functionally just kind of like a peninsula, just kind of hanging out in midair. I'd imagine it's 20 foot thick stone. I'd imagine it can handle it, but like
We've been told this is extra sturdy. Like, the aging of time has not touched this place. I'm
Well,
assuming
it's
But
also
that's
only
also
been
when it
months.
has a foundation. If you remove the support, then there is a chance that it could collapse on itself. That actually is something to really consider.
Well, I mean,
But honestly,
either way, then.
either way, we only have
Yeah.
5 to deal with.
Yeah.
So start scratching it off.
I'll have him dig first.
Move my earth.
All right. You do your rituals.
Question.
Another.
It's 20 feet wide, right?
Yeah.
What if you just make the trench in the middle of the thing?
Because part of my plan was to get zombies to fall down the hole.
Yeah, if they run forward, because you've messed with the circle, and they run to us, they have to run over it.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah, but if you just make it inside of the circle, that's 2 birds with 1
Well,
stone.
if I was gonna do that, I would just make a pillar in the middle of the thing and say, be gone with it.
Basically, all you're doing is, a 5-foot circle, and then using that dirt to create the wall, or that stone to create the walls on either side of it.
Because we can move the dirt from the line across to support the sides. That's just a hop and skip it. Whoa,
So
wait.
we don't have to do 20 feet across and risk any structural issues. Just a smaller hole with the wall funneling them into it.
Basically, yeah. Then we'll go back and get the ferry.
Or go down and get the ferry.
Or go some way to get the ferry.
Yes.
We'll get there eventually.
I vote kill.
Well, that's what we're gonna be doing.
So we're doing this.
Okay, so as I have, hold on, hold on.
Maybe we should kill the
Guys, out of game for a moment. As I understand this, we have three paths. One on either side and one in front. We have the two on either side cut off by a 20-foot ravine, effectively, that leads to an 80-foot drop to the floor below.
The north and western passages.
North and west. Okay.
So take that 3-point T up there.
Is that your work?
I don't know.
That's
who
that
says.
Sunday game?
That's what I'm using as a reference. But 2 of those sides are cut off.
Okay, so we have the north and the west sides cut off here, meaning the one to the east only has 5 guys in it. The 2 that are blocked off already have the ravine down to the 80-foot drop. We start scratching the things out, all 16 of them are going to come rushing at us. Most likely the ones at our north and west will just drop into the hole, and we can handle the 5 on the east.
Okay, I'm gonna get my acid breath ready then.
So
Or we could take a long rest real quick, regain spell slots, and heal. And then do it.
how long is a long rest?
A long rest
8
is
hours.
8 hours.
We are not sitting here that long.
Yes,
That is a long while to sit.
We could take a short
Especially-
rest for 1 hour.
Especially
but-
in an unfortified area.
Yeah. With, 16 dudes
hours.
just kind of hanging
We sit
out.
here for 8 hours.
And
a
it's
chimera
just-
coming at us.
Right,
Absolutely.
fair enough.
Like that is
Yeah.
That is sadistic DM, I mean, what? Who's
We know
telling
you are.
Oh god, we scrape off the thing and everything.
world
16 guys
explodes.
and a chimera comes at us.
Oh, just like
The
just
world
like
explodes,
flying
you're all
zombie
dead.
dwarf
Can't do that.
butts or something. I don't know.
dwarf butts.
Dwarf butts.
Flashlights instead of inspiring.
Quick,
this
1d6
time
As a
Plus.
spray. Flatulence.
What 1d6
Aww.
clumps? Go.
Aww.
So,
Acid spray. No.
so you've already prepped everything.
Yes, he pretty much has, yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna, while they're bickering over it, go back and start scraping.
Well, hang on, she's looking at something.
Oh, you're doing.
Go ahead, I can.
Oh,
I
okay,
can do,
are you good?
I can do it with distance.
Oh, okay.
No, mage hand.
But you guys are still talking and bickering over it, so I'm just doing it.
No, I'm just staring at the east corridor.
You're
window.
good.
Yeah,
do that
all
while
the
everyone
parents
is
when
unprepared?
you do this, right? You're not just that's surprising us with 16 guys who barely for it.
That would not be very
Well,
strategic or smart.
we would only be fighting 5.
Yes, because the other.
Yeah, but you should
We
probably
are
let everyone know you're doing
guessing what might happen. We don't know what will actually happen. So we should be very prepared for things that go
Regardless,
wrong.
I am
Unless you
also a fire ganassi. You are making me so very impatient right now. I am scraping it off.
Well, technically, right now, you're just like a nasty.
And if we're all arguing about it, we're not noticing that he's doing it, so DM, start us off.
Bam! Thank you. As you guys continue to argue about what strategy in order to do, Azur takes the initiative and he starts stripping it off. You hear start coming from all the corridors as you see the zombie dwarves start charging down the hallway. They indeed are stupid enough with like a -3 intelligence to run straight into the trench, and
Like you
you
said,
start
blanket.
hearing thud, thud, thud. You hear cracking a bone, and you hear
Splat,
just got as you just hear kind of like fading down as you just hear it smashing into the rocks below.
Mordecai, would you like to make another puke check?
No, he's not
I'm
seeing
fine.
it.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
Oh.
Everyone's on the platform, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. The 5 run towards you.
Acid breath.
Okay.
Thunderwave on top of that.
And everybody else is just like, I got a weapon.
You like propel the acid into them.
Fail. That one. Definitely
I don't know if we want to thunderwave when that
Fail.
lets out a very loud noise
Fail.
and there's a very big stereo
Fail.
pulse.
I mean, it's already very obvious we're here.
We're doing it.
The chimera.
fail. Do you are you gonna thunderwave?
Chimera doesn't over here.
I'm going to let the acid breath go through, then.
Thunderwave.
It's
Okay. They all fail. All the damage.
Ooh, a 7.
11.
They are. You see the flesh melting from their bones as they continue to charge forward towards you. They see in worse of wear condition.
Ooh.
Now I'm going to use my movement to sidestep out of that corridor.
And Thunderwave. I need time saves all around.
Oh god. Here we
Be
go.
prepared for a charging chimera.
Yeah.
So technically 0 because one of them keeps nat 1ing, which is just horrible. 12, 13, 6, 3, and 0.
They all fail.
He's
Okay.
just not having a good day.
Yeah,
this
no,
poor
it's
man.
having a horrible day.
7 damage.
As you unleash your
So their
clap,
strength save to get thrown.
you hear the shockwave go through them. Their bones rattle as they just are blown apart. And as you see it, Fred's face contorts into a horrifying visage as you look up and you see this giant green thing leaping above and over the pit. You feel it kind of like thud as you see this large ape-like creature that has green scales slam into the platform, and as it does, you hear a crack beneath you as
Back up. Back it up.
no,
back
like
it up,
it,
back it up,
no,
back
no,
it
like
up.
it lands and breaks the platform.
Dex saves all around?
Yes.
I'm actually gonna use levitate on myself.
You're okay then. So you're slow falling.
Dex save?
Yeah.
Cause that's a far way down, guy.
17.
15.
Does a 16 pass?
19.
19. Let's go around the table.
17.
17 passes.
Does a 16 pass?
16 passes, but with limited options. Levitate.
Alright, it's now
Levitate.
21. I'm going save face.
Okay, you have options now. Good job.
You have options.
Levitate.
Levitate.
You don't have options, but you are saved.
Well, I can move myself with it.
Right?
I can move myself with it.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you'd be falling down after the platform, so.
Well, I can raise myself 20 feet, and then I can use my hands to move myself back.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
9.
You fail horribly.
Somebody get out the road.
As I'm falling, I'm going to start beating my drums in
Can-
hope
can
that
You
I-
do not have time to beat your drums.
Can I try and like
that.
throw
This
a
is
rope
like-
to him?
Thud.
it was
Bam.
worth
Congratulations.
You destroy that phone, I swear.
It's already died like 7 times.
Can I try and throw a rope or something to him?
Yeah, not. You don't have reaction time to do it.
Gosh dang it.
Would this be?
Have fun.
No.
Wait,
this
can
would
I
be
do it?
Considered a surprise round.
You don't have the reaction time either. Like you would have to have the rope in hand for this to happen.
Yeah, fair point.
Would this be considered a surprise round?
No.
Okay. Didn't think so, but I was trying to shenanigans it.
Of course you're trying to shenanigans. I applaud you're trying to shenanigans.
Be right back, folks. Grabbing
I
paper.
think you're about to get obliterated.
It's gonna hurt.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
and,
it's gonna hurt.
yeah.
It's an
Anybody have
80-foot drop,
potions?
bro. I've got potions. I've got potions galore.
Yeah, we have an alchemist.
Yeah.
We have plenty of them.
Thank God for
I mean-
Mingle with the Wind.
Other than a rope in my bag, I
Free
have
levitate.
nothing that will save me.
Okay.
Did nobody get potions?
I have potions.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
we
can
have an
literally make
alchemist.
potions.
Okay.
You might
Zadar, you obviously pass. You totally have options.
Do I have options with a 17?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you also have options, and then Mordecai also has options.
I
Oh.
had 15.
You
15.
are
Yeah, you're still good.
bad time.
Okay.
You're gonna get more bad potions than
Okay,
us, I think.
so those who have options, aka everyone besides Azur.
Oh boy.
Dex isn't my friend.
I know Dex is around. You
Dex is
can
fine.
choose
Yeah.
the path that you want to go down.
Okay.
Split second.
Wait, we were adding to our dex to that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a dex check.
I didn't add my dex. 19, I'm not using my save base.
You already did.
I was gonna say you already did, so
Well, I mean,
Alright, then it's a
20, like
24.
Yeah. You're very dexterous in this game.
you
so
have options.
Yeah, you definitely have. So you can
What are the
choose.
options?
You can choose any of the 4 paths to go down,
Bullshit.
Any for a pass?
or to go down with the platform. That is that option.
I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that can land safely.
Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna go left.
I'm following the tank.
Okay.
I'm the only one that's not quite split second. Because I'm moving on walls.
Do I know where he's going?
No,
He-
you're
He's going straight
He's
south.
fallen.
Next split second, you have to make the decision without knowing where any of us are going.
I'm going backward.
Oh yeah, well, I
Okay.
mean, I'll just roll a die for it.
Yeah. Okay.
D4,
Roll,
4
people.
directions.
Yep.
That's fair enough. But yeah, let's do this. Oh wait, what is going to be the...
Yeah.
1 north, 2 east, 3 south, 4 west.
I'm going west then.
3. Hey! Another
4. Okay,
Oh,
so we
sweet.
3 are going west.
I'm going north.
I don't remember what 3 was, but we're going there.
You're going down.
You're yelling timber.
All right.
Cotton has no option.
So you two go west, right?
We're going to wherever 3 was.
Party
Yeah.
split.
Okay, these 2 are going south. The 3 of us are
Oh, we're
going.
heading back.
3 of us are going west.
So we'll go get the Fae.
We can finish off
Where
the
are you
circle and
headed?
get the Fae.
North. North. Okay.
Okay.
Damn
you, Fred! So you hear "Damn you, Fred" as it collapses, making a buttload noise and taking the scaly ape creature with it.
Oh, have fun.
Oh shit, and my job is to protect y'all. Fuck.
You fail.
Hey, you get to revive somebody now.
You can protect me
I
now.
don't have that yet.
You get to protect me.
Sorry, Luke, go ahead.
As you continue, you all roll out of the way as you fall down. You continue to fall down, and you see the ape creature is just coming at you as it's trying to fall. It's trying to grab at you, but from the momentum, you can't quite make it. You feel like you're going down quite fast, and then suddenly everyone sees Azure just vanish.
Oh, snap.
As you see the rocks just tumble down on the ape creature.
That's interesting.
Oh,
It is
nice dog.
gone. Oh my goodness.
So did I vanish down, or did I just poof?
So up above, you look above as no one didn't bother looking around the environment at all. You look above you, you see this large chandelier above the main that seemed to have been a light source down here at one point. And there seems to be a human with light blonde hair, and he turns to you and says, "I just saved you. Congratulations, I don't do it very often. My name's Wyatt. It's nice to meet you."
So wait, where is he now?
I'm being.
You look above you, you see a chandelier with Azure.
I'd be up on the ceiling.
Yeah, okay, you'd be near Wyatt and Azure.
Well, levitate doesn't fly. Does that make you? Fly
It lifts me 20 feet, which is the
Oh,
ceiling.
okay.
Yeah.
So I'm bopping
Head
up on the
is the
ceiling.
ceiling.
Yeah, which is why I'm able to move, because then I can use my hands to pull myself in any direction.
Yeah. So you see the creature just fall down amongst the rubble. You see shortly afterwards, though, it seems very resilient as it kind of just shakes off the rocks and then seems to be wandering around the tunnel.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Although the zombies seem to be there dead.
Splat.
Wyatt looks at you and says, "I didn't think anyone else was alive down here. Are you heroes?"
Thank you very much for your aid, Wyatt. Heroes might be a stretch.
Half of us maybe.
Very far from it for the rest of us.
Speak for yourself.
I'd like to
yeah.
imagine you guys are just kind of shrieking up at him.
Us three? Probably. These three? Definitely not. Him? He can go either way.
Oh,
Perhaps you can come down here so we can stop
Do
yelling.
they even know that we're up there?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm just standing on the
Would
ground.
they not
Where's
hear
Ellie?
Wyatt talking?
You'd hear voices above there.
Which
After
would
the
at
rubble
least
was
cause,
up.
I don't know
Yeah.
about anybody else, but it would at least cause me to look up.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, then.
Dragonborn can't look up.
Why can't you look up?
It's kind of like how pigs can't look up.
They don't next.
To
You just gotta bend backwards.
Yeah, you just gotta bend backwards.
Here we go. Hold on, guys.
Hang on. Hi!
Hi!
Nah, it's legit, just like.
Whoop. Oh, there you are! I see you now. Hey guys.
The awkward owl.
Right?
To answer your primary question, Wyatt, we are friends. We do not wish you any harm, and it seems as though you do not wish us harm.
No, I'm trying to find my friend Owen. He arrived here the same day that this outbreak happened. We had no idea. Suddenly, this scaly monkey creature was running around, and these dwarves were trying to eat each other. I have been using invisibility to hide myself around here. I'm a sorcerer of sorts, if that might be helpful towards you.
I'm gonna explain the whole coin situation and
And I'm gonna explain the
spooky, scary hunger god.
And I'm going to explain he's being dishonest, I think, if my memory is correct. And the papers say they've been there for like 3 months.
No, his friend. He's trying to find Owen, who just got there the day that it happened.
Was the
Oh, okay.
Wyatt's the one that wasn't on there.
Alright.
He looks at you in a very, very strange manner, and do you have one of those coins? It may be what I think.
Oh,
it
here's
is.
like
I have 9 of them.
9 of them.
He's got about 9, I think. I mean, if you can get over to him, since there's now no longer a floor.
But it wouldn't be wise to
Touch that.
As you're,
Yeah, no, I'm explaining all of that.
as you're talking, you see him blink 30 feet, and he's next to you guys now.
Which set we're all in
I'm
different.
hoping I'm still in his
overall
hands
three.
or something.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
Yeah, you're hanging onto the you're like standing on the chandelier that is very secured to the top.
I was about to say it have to be. Just in general.
How high above the ground?
Do not
You're
make
20
that
feet.
check.
Don't make. Oh my god.
Tie the rope
I'm
before
gonna
you
try.
jump.
I'm gonna try and jump over to where they are.
Oh my god.
God. Tie rope first, then we can swing.
I am gonna hold the rope in my hands just so I don't have to throw it.
He sighs and looks up. He's not a smart one, is he?
No, he isn't.
I'm not part of this conversation.
No. I
No,
wish
no,
I
that was
had.
a 9.
Oh, I was looking at that.
No.
That would be
dice.
an 11 total.
He looks at you and you start falling again down into the pit as you trip when you try and
Nope, I'm
dismount
not catching that.
from it. As you start falling down, you see him raise up a feather, and the feather vanishes as he casts feather fall on you, and you slowly start descending as you land over on.
Maybe a strength.
What platform were you aiming for? Or what?
Where?
I assume it would be the
where they
closest.
West side.
Going over west side.
Actually, no. I would have tried to go to Veli's platform.
Belly's not on a platform.
South side.
The pathway that
Yeah.
she took.
South
So
side.
you'd be back then.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, I'd be hovering over. I was like hovering over
Alright.
the way that they were.
We're
on.
splitting the party, I guess. What? Anyways.
Well, we have to. There's a chasm.
This side. There can be a repair.
So as Wyatt lands next to you,
I mean, if
he
you
looks
want to
over
repair the
towards you
chasm,
and
go
says,
for it.
"Do you have one of those coins that I could see?"
I would advise that you don't.
I'm
touch
gonna
it.
go land over.
I snag one of those small leather bags off of my belt and pour it
Wait,
onto the
no,
ground.
hang on.
Alright, as it goes on the ground, he kind of like steps back a little bit and he looks at it, and he's very, very concerned by it, and he looks up. He looks up at you. As a sorcerer, sometimes I travel to different planes. It's a hobby of mine, actually. I like to explore everything that I can. And
Must be marvelously powerful.
somewhat. It's an old amulet that my father gave me. It allows me to do so as he holds up an amulet that looks like a key made out of diamond. And he kind of like puts it back into his shirt. And as he looks at what you're dealing with
is a primordial creature.
Oh, lovely.
The material plane probably would not know about these beasts as they've been locked away in one of the various cells, but possibly one of them is trying to escape. This might be what is happening here.
Do you know if they are intelligent creatures?
They are as old as the dawn of time. I do
Age
think
does
that...
not equate to intelligence always.
He pauses a little bit. This serpent is conniving and evil in nature, purest form of it, but intelligence, it only seeks to sate its endless hunger.
Can I see Wyatt from where we are?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna point my hand at him and show him the symbol burned into my hand.
You'll want to take refuge as soon as you can. They'll be coming for you soon.
Lovely.
Who is they?
You have a thing in your hand, that's right, I forgot.
The Seekers, of course.
What does this symbol mean?
The symbol means that you're branded. Once branded by one of the coins, the lady sends out the Seeker. A Seeker is a very, think assassin-like demon that will hunt you down and reclaim your soul, she has tried to claim yours. But it seems that something has prevented it.
That must be my Lord Evanshill.
He nods. Possibly.
Do these Seekers happen to wield bloody axes that never stop bleeding?
He shakes his head as he just thinks of, no, that sounds grotesque.
Oh, it was.
I took a swipe at some people thanks to that.
You just took a swing at me.
And you are some people.
It's okay, wisdom slaps.
You are welcome to join us, Wyatt, while you search for your friends. Your friend.
Do you know if there's a way to remove such branding?
Without cutting off his hand.
That wouldn't help.
He pauses
imagine.
and he kind of nods towards you, then looks at him. Aside from that, maybe a mage might be able to dispel it for you, but the curse could result in a backlash.
More precisely than a cleric, I would be thinking.
Would holy water work?
It would hurt him. It would possibly work, but it would probably hurt him more than help.
So, options.
I'd say the holy water.
What if he stuck his hand in there for a long duration?
One of two things will happen. His hand will be gone, or it's going to agitate the symbol to the point where his soul will be sucked. One of the two.
So, chop off your hand and find a way to
I will
cure.
deal with the eventual assassin.
I'm willing to take the risk of you losing your hand or soul.
I'm willing to risk this.
Ellie.
That didn't say character, I didn't
He
say
pauses a
voice.
little bit, looks around. I hate to say, but I think I'm better off on my own. I don't like big groups, sorry.
I mean, we're all in very tiny groups right now.
Even without the bickering that we're having, I very much agree that you would probably be better off without us weighing you down.
I don't know.
However, that thing is just as likely as to attack you as us.
He kind of like laughs a little bit. You haven't been an adventurer for long, have you?
We're fresh.
You see him as you see this kind of like black cloak wraps around himself and he turns invisible.
All right then, Harry Potter.
This north corner's real lonely.
References,
You know?
all the
I could use a
references.
buddy.
Hey,
This north corner's real lonely, you know. I could use a buddy.
Oh, were you by
Hey,
yourself?
by any
Yes,
chance,
I'm
could
completely
you
Oh,
find that
no.
club?
Honey, oh no.
He kind of pops over his head. Another gift from the Pops.
Corgi, if you could start working on the bridge between the areas.
Let's make some bridges.
I'm going to extend my hand to Wyatt.
Killers.
An invisible hand
I
shakes
can make
yours.
whatever I choose out of this dirt.
I owe you a blood debt,
The
my
bridges,
friend.
3
Should
feet
you
wide.
ever need anything, simply call
Lasts
upon
for
me
2
and I will
hours.
aid you.
Soon then. As he fades from sight, you no longer feel his presence near you.
Alright, so, Fred.
He's making bridges, it's okay.
3-foot wide bridges to connect all 4 platforms.
So are we going back to south?
Because less than half the room.
Well, that thing was, the platform was destroyed when it fell, so.
Did it take the portal
Yes.
thing with it?
Yes, it's smashed into
Okay.
many pieces.
Okay.
Glad I got a schematic of that.
And you saw the creature crawl out of the stone
Alright,
afterwards.
let's try to get back to the Fae.
Our orphans almost had a very deadly encounter with the zombies, but intelligence and wit prevailed. Not always martial prowess will be your answer. It meant Wyatt, the sorcerer, who saved Azur from an untimely death.
Did my job.
What will happen next, I wonder? Will the Chimera get them? Will dumb luck be their downfall? Will saves or saving throws in general be Azur's downfall?
Dex saves, yes.
What's your dex?
It's good. I have a 15 Dex.
Tell you.
I have the worst fucking
Wisdom
dex.
slaps.
Roll for
Wisdom slaps. It's okay.
right there. Now I get a 15 when it doesn't matter.
Well, I've been rolling pretty
Once
shit
again,
on my
if you
footage right
choose-
now.
Levitate.
If you
No,
do
that's
like
pretty
Antics
shit.
after Armory, please like, subscribe, share, tell your grandma, tell your friend, tell everyone.
Especially your grandma.
Tell Matt
Especially your
Mercer.
grandma.
She deserves to be entertained.
Tell Matt Mercer. That'd be cool.
Tell Matt Mercer. Yes.
Oh, he paid attention.
Get on the table.
All right.
Seems like a pretty chill dude.
This is Callaghan. I'll see you next time.
Sidar's better than Azar.
You're both freaking idiots.
I may or may not cut that out.
One of you steals all my books, and one of you can't stop touching cursed
3,
objects.
2, 1.